Hello. So if there are any Reddit listeners out there listening, please feel free to invest in us, short the stocks. We need the money. Also, if you can explain to us how it works, that would be great. My name is Rory. Welcome to the Anglo-Italian pod. You can follow us on Twitter at Italian Anglo Pod.
And I'm Tommaso Adami, and you can find us on Instagram at Anglo-Italian Pod.
So this week we are talking madness in Copa del Rey, teams losing to themselves, and 9-0 defeats. And finally, the big interview that we've been looking forward to for so long, much like yourselves, I'm sure. So, Tommy, how are you this week?
Man, I'm pumped for this episode. There is the big interview coming up. We've got a lot of things to cover. I'm just ready to go. And also, I would like to remind our listeners that starting from last week, have you missed out, we are also live on Twitch from 9 to 10 p.m. And we decided to turn that episode into a Spotify podcast that you can listen to on the usual channel on Tuesdays. Rory, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. It's been a long week. There has been a lot of work this week. I think not just my actual job, but this podcast. There's been a lot of work this week. I feel it's good. It was really good doing the Twitch thing on Monday. I really enjoyed it. As long as I can get the video up and running, it'll be good. We had quite a few people watching. They were interacting. It was quite nice. The multitasking thing, chatting to multiple people at once. It was good. Yeah, good week. And I have just about calmed down about the Arsenal game, so I think I'm ready to talk about it, maybe.
And I just wanted to tell you that we know that there are some listeners that always listen to us, that always interact with us. You know who you are. We know who you are. Thank you for that. Big time. Rory, shall we jump to the episode? Quiz time?
It is quiz time. It's time for the Who Am I quiz. And this time it's for me to maybe redeem myself or Tommy to show me up. Let's find out. And it is the Who Am I quiz time. It's that time of the week again. And this time it is me quizzing Tommy, giving him clues about what mystery footballer I am. So, Tommy, I did horrifically last week. Do you think you can do better than me having a mental breakdown on a podcast?
I think you did all right last week. The thing that was a little tricky, I think, was that you had the World Cup squad in mind. You just couldn't think of Gattuso. It was kind of funny. You thought of De Rossi, you thought of Nesta.
Yeah, it's mad. Honestly, like my cousin messaged me the next day after he listened to it, and he was like, Rory, like, what the hell happened? Like, laughing face. I was like, you know, when you've got one name stuck in your head and you know it's not the right name, but you can't think of any other name. I was like, it was just all that in my head. But anyway, I'm here for revenge.
Guess what Rory and I have found out? We make a killer partnership in that game called Guess Up, right? Do you remember when we were over at my house?
Crushed it at the weekend.
Yeah. So it's the usual game. Somebody has a word on their head and the other person has to give them clues to guess it, sort of like Taboo. We killed it.
We did absolutely smash it. And after a few beers as well, I was quite proud of us.
Yeah, man. Maybe that was the key, right? But I'm feeling ready. As long as it's not going to be like a super obscure Premier League player from the early 90s, I think that I could do it.
Oh, I've got bad news for you. No, right, okay. So, right. The first clue is, okay, I played for Celtic.
Okay, so this is the club that you've played for the shortest?
The shortest amount of time. I played for Celtic.
All right.
Okay, I have 120 caps for my country, scoring 7 goals.
All right, so that makes me think of a midfielder / defender / left back or right back.
Okay, I have played with Thierry Henry, Mario Balotelli, and Fabio Borini.
Ooh, I like these 3 names. Thierry Henry in the same conversation as Balotelli and Borini.
That's a hell of a front 3, right? There's one person doing all the heavy lifting there, I think.
Yeah, and there is one person getting the red cards for sure.
And finally, in total, in my career, I have scored 21 goals.
All right, 21 goals. All right, so Balotelli, Borini, and Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry started at Monaco, but then I think this player must have played with Thierry Henry either at Arsenal or at the New York Red Bulls, if that was the team where Henry went after Arsenal. Balotelli and Borini. Borini played in England. I do not remember as of now for what team. Oh, Sunderland. Yeah, he played for Sunderland, and Balotelli played for everybody.
Yeah,
so
he's been around. He's been
as
around.
for the position, I want to say a defender or a defensive midfielder. All right. Interesting, Rory. Is there a theme? Is it something to do with our episode from today or not so much?
No, just a player that kind of jumped into my head when I was like, oh, crap, I need to do this quiz. And it was a player that came into my head.
You mean 5 minutes ago when I texted you?
Not to let you behind the curtain too much, but that's my process. Yeah.
All right. Very interesting, I shall say. We shall see. I'll give it a thought. We've got a long episode in front of us. I think plenty of time to think about the answer. Rory,
plenty of time to mull it over. And now I think it's time for our Euro review. Should we get in the blimp again? It seems like people liked the idea of our blimp.
Rory, it's your means of transportation this week. I will jump wherever you tell me to jump.
There's no better way to travel, guys. So off in the blimp. So we can hear the silence of the blimp. This is the beauty of this travel. No engine, right? We can hear each other clearly. And now it's time for us to look down on Europe and talk about the events unfolding below us. So, Tommy, what do you have for us around the major leagues in Europe? Where are we first?
Well, I can see on top, on the blimp, and I can see far away at the distance below us that beautiful country, Spain, Rory, the country where you used to live. Isn't it beautiful? So many memories. Yeah, I was waiting.
Brown. Yeah.
I was waiting for some excitement from your part. But last night, absolute Copa del Rey quarter-final thriller in Granada, where Barcelona come out 5-3 winners after extra time. Rory, I see your face. Have you looked at the highlights? Pretty intense.
Yeah, it looked like a crazy game. I've got a few friends down in Granada who are listening to this pod, so I think they might be quite disappointed with how it turned out. But Granada have been very impressive this season, and obviously they were providing another challenge for a Barcelona team that like to find challenges.
Yeah, and Barcelona actually now have 5 wins in a row, which is in all competitions, which is not very Barcelona-like this year. But let's break down the game, because after 47 minutes, Granada were up 2-0 in the Copa del Rey quarterfinals. Barcelona then make it 2-2 thanks to Griezmann and Jordi Alba, who scores in stoppage time. Now, go watch these 2 goals. They are almost identical, except in the first one, Griezmann hits the goalkeeper and the ball goes in. In the second goal, he manages to get it in the middle of the box and Jordi Alba scores. We go to overtime. Bim, boom, bam. Griezmann makes it 3-2, but it's only a matter of minutes. Penalty given to Granada. Goal, we are looking at a 3-3. And then at the very end of the game, it's really a siege from the Barcelona players. A shot from Messi. He hasn't scored in this game yet. Saved, tap in, Frankie de Jong. They go up 4-3, and at the very last minute of the game, he does it again. Jordi Alba scores a beautiful, beautiful goal on a Antoine Griezmann assist, and it makes it 5-3. Barcelona legitimated the result at the end, but what a game. I'm not sure many people expected a fight like that.
I don't think many people expected Jordi Alba and Frankie de Jong to score, right? Those goals from very very surprising places.
Brace by Jordi Alba? What up? So,
well, you know, when you're struggling, but like Barcelona are struggling, but when you're struggling, it's important that goals start coming from everywhere, right? I feel like Messi has looked like the weight of that whole team is on his shoulders, so maybe it's about time other people were chipping in with goals, and this could be like, you know, for Barcelona, for them to go last season without winning a trophy is crazy. If that went 2 years, that would be pretty insane. That would be like, they have to win something this year, right?
Yeah, I think that soon we will have to talk about of Messi's next destination in our podcast. But Spain, still, let's go to La Liga, where Atletico, if in case it's the first time you're listening to us, you don't know that Rory and I have a soft spot for the Colchoneros. Rory, they now have a 10-point advantage with 1 game in hand. Difficult to blow, guys, don't blow it.
It's looking good.
It's
Vamos,
looking good.
Atleti. Come on, you have to.
Actually, it's going to be fun because on Monday night, when we'll be doing our live on Twitch, possibly with the video this time, Atletico Madrid are going to be playing at the exact same time, Celta Vigo. So we can comment kind of on what's happening at the same time.
That is a place that Barcelona have struggled in the last couple of years as well. I seem to have a feeling that Celta Vigo have.
I thought you were talking about.
I
thought you were talking about Twitch. That Barcelona's.
No, I struggled on Twitch. I don't think Barcelona struggled on Twitch. No, I feel like when they've gone to Vigo, the last couple of times Celta have done very well. So it'd be interesting to see how that goes there. Celta Vigo are always a very good team. Very tricky.
While during the weekend, Real play Huesca, Barcelona visit Real Betis, and Sevilla play Getafe. Is this going to be Papu Gomez's debut? I was just looking at the Sevilla squad. I mean, they've won already their last 6 in all competitions, and they kind of look scary. Rakitic, Papu Gomez, Suso, Ocampos. I know you hate him, but Jesus Navas, Heladadi.
I don't hate him. I just think he did nothing in the Prem for like 3 years.
Didn't he play for like 10 years at Man City at some point?
Yeah, and he got like 1 assist and a goal. It was crazy. Like
but we said it before. It feels like Sevilla is the team that revives players that are kind of forgotten, that need to play.
Yeah, the kind of lost toys, right?
Exactly. So that's it with Spain. Let's move. Oh, the blimp is moving. We're now crossing the Pyrenees. How do you call them in English?
The Pyrenees. Good
the
work.
Pyrenees. Yes, let's go. Score. And after a quick stop in the Basque Country, we are now... Oh, strange sounds in the blimp.
Not sure what that was.
I don't know.
Again.
No, it's fine. It's fine. As long as the blimp is fine, I can keep going. We are now in France, where last night PSG won 3-0 against Nîmes, and Neymar seems set to sign a new contract. So guess who's not going back to Barcelona? CC, Gerard Piqué. I don't think you guys are ever going to play together anymore.
Well, it's hardly a shock since the figures came out on Messi's contract. I don't know if you saw that about him earning 555 million euros since being just in this contract. It's insane. I think Barcelona have managed to knacker themselves for the next 10, 20 years financially just to have Messi. Is pretty crazy. So it doesn't surprise me that Neymar has suddenly gone, okay, yeah, PSG are the only team that can pay my wages because no one in England's chucking about that money anymore. I'll tell you that.
Good job, Neymar. Happy for you, I guess. Monaco beat Nice 2-0 thanks to a Ben Yedder brace in the French Riviera derby, possibly the most good-looking derby of all time. And Lille walk all over Bordeaux in a 3-0 win, and Baby Wea gets his 4th of the season in all competitions. Is he going to become as good as Daddy? I don't know. We shall see. And Rory,
if we're talking about Marseille, we need to talk about Villas Boas going mad in that press conference.
Ooh,
right?
you wanna talk about that? Yeah, I was gonna say something.
He handed in his resignation because they signed Ncham from Celtic, right? And he just said, I didn't want him, so I handed my resignation. They've officially suspended him. That was the last I saw of it. Villas Boas has a knack of leaving clubs in like a big way. I think I seem to remember when he left Tottenham and when he left Chelsea, both times it was a bit like burnt bridges. I don't know.
Yeah, wasn't he like Jose Mourinho's scholar for a very long time?
Yeah, he was his
dolphin. Do you say dolphin? In Italian we use the term delfino to say like the favorite of a politician.
Oh, really?
I
quite like that. No, I do know a cool story about him though, that he grew up in the same apartment block as Bobby Robson, right? The guy who was in charge of Barcelona when he was a kid, and that's how he got the job because Bobby Robson, like I think Villas Boas was doing scouting reports for him or something at like a crazy age, and he basically met him because they lived in the same building, and that's how he got into football. It's pretty crazy.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah, well, thank you.
It was cool. I liked it. It just came to my mind. Cool story, bro. You know the meme. But Rory, off to Lyon. Who scored for them last night? Do you know?
Depay? I don't know. I didn't check. I'm just naming.
Milan reject. Paquetá.
Oh, Paquetá. I had him in fantasy last year. Anyway.
Yeah, I can imagine the numbers. 1-0 win over the Giron, but with the top 4 getting 4 wins, the picture doesn't really change. PSG are still 3rd, preceded by Lille, 1st at 51, Lyon at 49. Then we've got the Parisian